Hey everyone, Happy New Year. It's officially 2025 and I couldn't be more excited about what lies ahead. Especially, I guess, when I think about my big goal of running the Brooklyn Half Marathon in April. Now, I want to start with a bit of an apology. I know it's been a few weeks since my last video in the series and I've really missed kind of sharing this journey with you all and keeping you updated on how my training's going. The holiday season, I guess, threw me off a bit, as it may have thrown you off as well. Between, I guess, things like the Christmas celebrations, I headed off to Mexico as well for New Year, and then went to the US to see my girlfriend's family, along with a few kind of unexpected setbacks. I guess things didn't really quite go to plan, but I guess that's life, and it's messy and it's unpredictable, but it's also full of opportunities to learn, grow, and to bounce back. And now it's January, it's a nice day today. I've just come back from an 8K run and I'm ready to get back on track with my training, and I'm really ready to take you all along for the ride again. So whether or not you're a seasoned runner or you're just starting out, I hope that this episode inspires you to keep moving forward, no matter what life throws your way. And in my case, I'll go into a bit of detail around the last couple of weeks as we get into the video. So let's start with Christmas Day. Whilst most people were still in their pajamas and sipping coffee and unwrapping gifts, I decided to kick off the holiday with a Christmas run at Dulwich Park with my dad and with my sister. And let me tell you, it was magical. The atmosphere was incredible. Everyone was in great spirits. There were laughs, music, and even a few runners dressed as Santa and reindeers. It was really a reminder of how running can bring people together, even on a day that's usually kind of spent indoors with your family, cozy at home. I wasn't chasing a PB that day. My goal was simply to enjoy the run and soak up the festive energy. I finished the 5K in just under 25 minutes, which felt great considering the number of mince pies I'd already eaten that week. But more than the time, it was the joy of running alongside a community that made it so special. And it was really good to be running along with my dad and my sister. My sister hadn't done a 5K probably for 2 years, so she was very happy to get round as well. If you've never done a Christmas Day Parkrun, I can't recommend it enough. It's the perfect way to start the day on a high note, and it makes all of the holiday treats that you end up having on Christmas Day afterwards feel much more deserved. I think there were about 900 people at the Dulwich Parkrun in London on Christmas Day, which is incredible. As I say, given normally it's a day that most people are kind of sat inside, generally eating chocolate. But it was great. Right after Christmas, my girlfriend and I flew to Mexico for a much needed holiday. She's originally from New York, and with us spending the holidays in London, we thought it'd be nice to take a little getaway before jumping back into the grind of the new year. Running in Mexico City was an adventure, to say the least. It's extremely hot, it's extremely humid. And I mean, especially coming from the chilly streets of London, my first run was about a 5 or 6 kilometre run. And by the halfway point, I felt like I'd run a marathon. Mexico City's at a similar sort of altitude to the Alps. So the altitude mixed with the heat and the humidity was really difficult. But there's something so freeing about running in a new place, new routes, and you're not kind of getting bored of the streets because they're not the ones that you're running day to day. One morning I found a quiet park in Mexico City and I did a few laps around it. We were staying in Condesa and the park was called the Parc Mexique, probably bad pronunciation, but it was amazing. It wasn't my fastest or most comfortable run, but it was beautiful and a reminder of why I love running. It's not just about hitting a pace or ticking off miles, it's about exploring, clearing your mind and being present in the moment, no matter how difficult it is. As I say, the heat and the humidity and the altitude made even an easy run in Mexico City feel like it was extremely difficult. Of course, no trip is complete without a few hiccups. About halfway through the holiday, I came down with quite a nasty bout of food poisoning. I think I probably drank some tap water or ended up having some fruit or vegetables that had been washed with tap water. And I don't think it's generally that clean in Mexico. Let's just say over those few days, my running shoes stayed firmly in my suitcase. At first, I was kind of frustrated. I felt like I was losing momentum and the guilt started creeping in. But then I had the realization that rest is just as much a part of training as running is. And my body really needed time to recover. I was completely wiped out for a couple of days. And the best thing was that I had to kind of listen to it, and I was forced into listening to it just because I was so ill. So if, like me, you've ever missed a few days or even a week of training, remember it's not the end of the world, and what matters is how you move forward. Now that I'm back home in London, it's towards the end of January, it's time to reset and refocus. The Brooklyn Half Marathon is less than 16 weeks away now, and I'm feeling more motivated than ever to crush my training. So right now, I'm back to my weekly routine, which is 4 runs that are spread out through the week. I'm not doing any back-to-back days. So I tend to do an easy run to build endurance and stay consistent, and I tend to do that on a Monday. And then through the week, I'll do 2 harder sessions, including tempo runs, to improve my speed and stamina. I generally will do my harder sessions on a Wednesday and a Friday. And then on a Sunday, I do my long run, which is where the real magic happens for half marathon training. So that Sunday morning generally will be the day that I kind of put aside for my long run. But before Brooklyn, I've set myself a smaller goal. It's going to be a 10k race in central London at the end of February. It's called the Winter Run in central London. My target is going to be to finish that in under 48 minutes, which will give me a good sense of where my fitness is and how I'm progressing towards my half marathon goal. Having some smaller milestones like this is really helpful. It keeps me focused and motivated, and it gives me something to celebrate along the way. So looking back at the past few weeks, it's been a roller coaster. From the joy of a Christmas Day Parkrun to the challenges of running on holiday and the frustrations of being sidelined by food poisoning. It's been a reminder that training isn't always a straight line. But I've had to remind myself that that is okay. Because at the end of the day, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing up and learning from the setbacks and staying committed to your goal. So as we kick off 2025, I'm feeling re-energized and ready to tackle the weeks ahead. Whether you're training for your own race or you're just looking for inspiration to stay active, I hope this series shows you that it's okay to be an average runner. Progress isn't always pretty, but it's always worth it. Thanks so much for watching, and here's to an amazing year ahead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below, letting me know how your training or fitness journey is going. I'll see you in the next episode with more updates, more runs, and maybe even some tips for tackling that 10k prep. Let's make 2025 the year we crush our goals together. And if you've got this far into the video, whilst you wait for episode 4, why not check out episode 2 of the series currently on the screen? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. And remember, stay healthy and stay curious. Thanks again.